What's happening, y'all? This is the OG Bronc Nuts 719 West. Just sitting here tonight. Hope you guys had a good weekend. I've spent mine watching a lot of college baseball and late games going on tonight. And there's a lot of the different series in the super regionals that are going 3 games. I'm excited about that. What I came to talk to you about tonight was Bitcoin. So Bitcoin has kind of gone back down towards and tested its, what I'm going to call a low that I believe that it's hit 3 times, right around 6,500. Now, it didn't go back and actually hit the low, but it got right in the range. And a matter of fact, it's still there. As the timing of this video, Bitcoin right now is at $6,800, $6,770. And the last time it was in this area, I recommended Bitcoin at a nibble, not a buy, not a back up the truck, not a sell your gold, mortgage your house type of deal, just a nibble at 6,800. And it turned out that Bitcoin, I think, went on a run from that 6,800 all the way up to about just right under 9,000, and it's since now fallen back, and it's going to retest this low again. Now, there's 2 schools of thought, because Bitcoin's in a very interesting position here the way I see it. I think that if Bitcoin breaks the $6,500 low, and looking at GDAX, there is I wouldn't say an enormous, but there's definitely a lot of buy support at every single dollar in $10 increments all the way down to 6,500. It's pretty solid. And there really isn't a lot of sellers to speak of. The sellers are consistent, but they're not there stacked up with huge amount of Bitcoins. And there's not a lot for sale that could stop this going right back to 7,500 in a snap, even 8,000 in a snap. I'm not really that bullish on it yet to do that because, I mean, I've heard market sentiment about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies worse than it is right now. But the sentiment is, it's pretty bad. Facebook has banned it. The TVs aren't really, media's not really talking about it that much. And people are just in that doldrums that, is Bitcoin ever going to go up again? And I wish it would do this. And it's all going to happen, people. It's all going to happen. I mean, you have billionaire Mike Novogratz came out and said that he predicted within the next couple of years that Bitcoin was going to have a $20 trillion market cap. Now, not Bitcoin, but cryptocurrencies in general, which is a long ways away from, I haven't checked, but we're probably around 300 billion at this point, somewhere in there. So a $20 trillion move is a big move, and he's probably right. Because the more and more this gets integrated into the stock market, into hedge funds, into pension funds, I think we're going to see some strong FOMO buying. And what I think is happening right now is just some real good, strong consolidation. I think Bitcoin has a chance to go lower if it breaks 65, maybe all the way down into the 5. Who knows how low it will go. I know that I'll be a nibbler and a buyer the whole way down. I already nibbled at 68, just like the last time I was here. So, I think it's a place just to nibble, not take a big bite of. That way, if it reverses from here and really does go off and go up, because look, there's a lot of chart readers in the world, and I like to read charts. Everybody likes to read charts. It gives you an idea of where the volume is and what the sentiment is, and what kind of highs and lows and how many tops have we had. And and all those things are great. And Bitcoin does have a little bit of data to go off since 2009, but not like reading the charts on something like the stock markets or the gold market. Well, you can't really read the gold market because it's rigged, and so is the stock market too. But it's hard to read those types of charts and compare it to Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is so much more new, so much more innovative, so much more volatile, and the big players really could be buying billions and billions and billions of dollars worth of Bitcoin on the over-the-counter markets that we can't even factor into the charts. So the name of the game here is don't try to test to catch the bottom. You don't have to catch the bottom. Reality is only one person is going to catch the bottom. All you got to do is catch 10% of the bottom, even 15% of the bottom, and there's a lot of meat on the bone for you to make money on the rise that's going to happen. There's not a single shred of doubt in my mind, none, that Bitcoin is not going to $25,000 and going to make an all-time high. I don't know when. Maybe by the end of this year. Maybe by the middle of next year. Maybe by 2020. I really don't care when it happens. Not if I'm a buyer at 6,800. Don't try to catch this bottom, people. Don't try to read this chart, perfect and be right just so you can say that you were right. If you're thinking about moving money into the crypto coin space, now is a good time. And if you think this is going away and Bitcoin is going to zero, you need to learn a lot more about what you're talking about. They're hiring the best people to FUD this. They're begging Charlie Munger, Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, every single person who can talk bad about cryptocurrencies, getting them to do it. Now they brought Jamie Dimon in to do it again. Meanwhile, everybody knows what's going on. They know what they're doing. What's got people spooked right now is supposedly there was a Bitcoin exchange in South Korea that got hacked. It's like the 98th largest exchange in the world, so really it's nothing. I mean, nothing. So, and they didn't even say they got hacked for a whole bunch of Bitcoin, I don't think. I think they just said they had a data breach or something like that. But I don't think that's really it. I think this is really just part of the consolidation period. And this last little sell-off that happened just today, that's possible. This rumor that there was a 90,000 Bitcoin wallet that moved itself onto, I believe it was Hobie. And, were people worried, is this, you moving them over there to sell them? It could be moving them over there to be a fake out. Right? Moving them over there to give liquidity. Who knows who really owns the water or the wallet? Maybe it's the owner of Hobie. There's a lot of unknowns. And I think that's got the market spooked a little bit. But the reality is that all this manipulation down, while the big bankers collect this coin, is going to end. It's all going to end, and we're close to the bottom. So I say that if you're trying to get, let's just say, one Bitcoin or around $6,800 invested into the crypto coin market at this time, maybe only buy a tenth of a Bitcoin or a quarter. And be willing to buy it in small increments all the way to where you believe the bottom is going to be. And that's the real trick. I don't think the bottom is, I don't think we're going to see anything in the 3,000s. I will do backflips if we see anything in the 4,000s. And I really hope we see 5,500, even 5,000. I think that'd be an awesome buying opportunity. It'd definitely be a place where I'd want to get more involved. And then beyond that, on the slippage down, if it does go all the way to 3,500 or even 1,000, which I think is impossible. There's too much money, too much awareness. Too many people in the world are starting to play with this. People in third world countries are figuring cryptocurrencies out on the daily regular. I don't see this market doing anything except getting absolutely monstrous. Monstrous. I agree with Novogratz. I don't know if it goes to 20 trillion. I don't know if Bitcoin goes to $1 million in 2020 like John McAfee says, but none of those things do I care about. I don't care if any of those things don't come true by the year 2020. What I do know is that $19,000 Bitcoin, look me in my eyeballs when I tell you, is not going to be the all-time high. So if $19,000 Bitcoin is not going to be the all-time high, you're a fool for not scooping some up at $6,800. This is Yogi Bronknut, 719 West. Smarten up, quit being dumb. This is the future. Get a little bit of your hard-earned dollars, your paper with ink on them. Get some of it into this crypto coin market before you miss this next bull run. I'm out. See you tomorrow, suckers.